What up, though, fam? What up, though, fam? I'm back in the building. You know, I do this every Monday night, 9 p.m. Central Standing Time. And you know, I'm always excited to be with the audience. It's a new year, and I'm feeling really great tonight because I have a special guest that's going to be joining me for this episode. I got my man Troof from the Troof Radio Show. Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm super excited to have this guy on this episode helping me out with the commentary. And plus, we're going to find out a lot about his podcast and his radio show. So I want to introduce Troof. How you doing, Troof?
What's going on, family? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm super excited to have you here. And tell the people a little bit about the radio show before we get started.
Well, the Troof Radio Show. I've been doing Troof Radio for almost a year now, and I've been doing my podcast for about 5 years. So you know, it's just, man, it's a passion of mine. It's something that I've been trying to do. I've been into music my whole life. You know, since I've been a teenager, been making music, rapping, making beats, doing my thing. You know, so you know, I've always just wanted to have some type of my foot in music, some type of way. So getting this radio show, coming down here. I'm originally from Chicago, but coming down here to Little Rock and getting my chance to put together and cultivate my own radio show, man, it's just been otherworldly to me. You know what I'm saying? To reach out and to be able to touch people with my music, just the way I put music together and put smiles on people's faces. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, I call my show, you know, Troof Radio, home of feel good music, man, because you come listen to your boy, you're going to feel good. That's how I get down.
Yes, sir. That sounds interesting. And we're going to be checking in throughout the episode and getting more into the Troof Radio and all of that. So right about now, what up, though? Welcome back to GPTV1 Uncut. Happy New Year to the GP fam. Salute to everyone rocking with me from day one. Everyone's just tapping in. We made it into the new year, but the conversations in hip-hop are already heavy. Tonight, we're covering two separate stories that are moving fast online. That's exactly why we're slowing them down. One involves a shooting connected to a Dallas rapper, and the other involves claims circulating on social media involving two well-known names. These are not the same story, and we're not here to mix them, exaggerate them, or chase rumors. Let me be clear up front. This is not a police channel. This is not a political channel. And we're not here to put jackets on anyone. We deal in context, culture, and critical thinking. Facts where facts exist, and transparency where information is still developing. Social media moves faster than truth, and too often, narratives get written before details are confirmed. So tonight, we're breaking things down responsibly, talk about what's actually known, what's being claimed, and what people need to be careful repeating. If you're here for real conversation, you're in the right place. Before we go any further, do me a solid, hit that like button so this conversation reaches more people. Subscribe to GPTV1 if you haven't already. We're pushing hard for 9,000 subscribers, and every single sub matters. Turn on notifications because we go live and we move fast and stories break. If you rock with context over chaos, facts over clickbait, and real dialogue about the culture, this is your channel. Drop where you're watching from in the chat. Show love to the GP fam. Let's get into it. Troof, you all right over there?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Never bad, man.
Yes, sir. Man, you gotta get you a track on the soundtrack, one of these soundtracks, man.
Hey, man. Hey, holla at your boy, man. Let me know. I'm always down to do something. Down to do something.
Yes, sir. So let's get into it, man. This is Z. And far too often that we always gotta give condolences to these families out there. So my condolences goes out to ZeeTheWizard And truth, it's far too often that we cover these stories where the artist being known for the wrong reason. What is your thoughts on that?
Well, man, I'm looking at my man right now, and it's sad because like I said, I used to make music back in the day, and I dreamt of being in the hip hop industry, and trying to be a rapper, going out there and portraying that life, that you want to go out there and but back in the day when I did it, way back in the day when I did it, uh it was, it's always some foolishness going on, but it was just never as prevalent as it is now. You know what I'm saying? It was just never as like every time you turn around, it's always something going down. Like this is like the norm now. And I don't understand it. I don't get it. Maybe I became an old head, you know what I'm saying? So it's like maybe, hey, maybe I'm a little out of touch, but it just seemed foolish, man, because you guys they're stepping into these realms, stepping into this industry to make their lives better, but you're actually taking steps back. You know what I'm saying? You're putting yourself in harm's way, and I don't know this story, so I can't prescribe any judgment to this man or whatever happened to him or whatever the case may be. But more times than not, these guys put themselves in bad situations, and they just don't. You're supposed to be trying to get into this industry or trying to do things that better yourself, better your family, get yourself away from all this craziness, and it just seems like they just perpetuate more violence, more, just unnecessary drama, and put themselves back in it, man. I just don't understand it. Like I said, I'm not here, like you said earlier, we're not here to put a jacket on anybody. I'm not here to judge anybody. I just hate seeing, our young black men, especially talented young black men, constantly in this steady cycle of violence and just unnecessary drama, man. It's sickening.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's what GPTV1 is. It's all about intervention. I try. I don't be biased. You know what I'm saying? I let the real facts come out. And
Hmm.
don't jump to conclusions. And I say far too often, I listen to other podcasts and all that stuff, and they have the show just looking perfect. You know what I'm saying? Really great entertainment. But then
Hmm.
when you look at what they're saying, and I always look at credible news sources, I automatically go to credible news sources. If I don't see that in the credible news sources, I'm not buying into what that podcaster is saying. I'm looking at it as pure entertainment, as
Exactly.
clickbait, it's not factual. What do you think about clickbait information?
Well, I mean, we all on the internet, especially what we're doing right now. Even if you don't even want to be on the internet, you got to be there. You got to be shown. You got to study the things that's going on to try to put yourself in the algorithms, and try to stay relevant in what we're trying to do,
Right.
especially with our shows, doing these podcasts, doing these live streams, things like that. But what I see, when, like you said, when you see these stories and they're just putting things up just to get you to click on them, it's like a waste of time, man. It's like we're all so distracted with so much ignorance that we don't know if we're coming or going. Like you said, you got to take your time to, if I don't hear it over here with someone that's reputable or somewhere that's credible, I can't even listen to it. I take it as entertainment. But for me, it ain't even entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's like it's not entertaining anymore.
Yeah, it's not. It's really not entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe it because it's ethical to put out good information. You know what I'm saying? And
Exactly.
you have to wait on official police reports. If the police start reporting it, you know what I'm saying? I can't believe what you're saying. You know,
Exactly.
I got to get it from the police. It got to come from law enforcement. It got to come from the New York Times, the Associated Press. I never recommend like even as podcasts, you get to know a lot of people.
Yeah.
Everybody nationwide on this stuff. We get to meet people from different neighborhoods, so it's not like they getting. They could be talking to people that's right next to the situation. But I still can't use that as credible information because it didn't come from law enforcement. Uh,
Exactly.
but let's go to one of the news reports. So right about now, I want to share my screen, family. Let's share the screen and go to a news report on it. So let me Let's get some sound going on here. Get this commercial. They gotta get paid too, just like me. Just like me. I'm all for $1 too. So I ain't even mad at them.
Hey, do your thing, man. Hey, look, hey, everybody got to do their thing, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, let them do their thing. But we're gonna go to a news report and we're gonna give our thoughts on the news report. And this is what I go to credible news sources. So I will say where this report is coming from after I share this screen. So
Okay, no problem.
yes, sir. This commercial kind of long here. And I want to thank everybody for joining me. Shouts out to Chardonnay, who says she can't hear. I just checked the sound on there. I actually can hear it on my end. So hopefully you can hear this. But shouts out to you. Thanks for joining me. And y'all step in the building, do me a solid, click that subscribe button. Help the channel reach 9,000 subscribers.
Actually, hit them buttons. That's what I always say, man. Instead of staying all that, just hit all them buttons. Hit all of them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hit all them buttons.
All right. What's going on with this video right here? So let me stop sharing that family, see what's going on with this. That's refresh the page. God's plan. Okay, let me share my screen, family.
Okay.
All right, let's go. All right, we're back in the building. Let's get some sound going on.
About a violent start to the new year at a Dallas nightclub. 4 people were shot at the Pink House near Empire Central and Stemmons Freeway. It happened around 3:45 this morning. Scoop Jefferson is live in our Dallas newsroom tonight after speaking with the family of one of the victims. Scoop?
Yeah, Izzy, although we're still waiting for police to identify the shooting victims from this early morning's shooting at the Dallas After Hours Club, family has identified one of them as Z Cannon, better known in the hip-hop world as ZeeTheWizard. Dallas police responded to that shooting call, as you mentioned, around 3:45 a.m. New Year's Day at the Pink House, Dallas. Officers found 4 people injured by gunfire, one of them critical. Now, family says the critical victim is ZeeTheWizard. Sources tell me he was shot multiple times. ZeeTheWizard is surrounded by family at a North Texas hospital tonight. I just spoke with Dallas attorney and music executive Torrance Burnett, who doesn't know ZeeTheWizard personally, but is familiar with his music, influence, and the impact on hip hop among DFW artists.
Incredibly talented, had a way with words and was able to impact people. And I think that when we take art, when people who can make that art happen, we gotta take it at face value and just enjoy it. I just wish our young Black men especially would think that you don't have to be whatever it is that this microcosm says you have to be if you do hip hop.
The shooting comes just weeks after Dallas police released 2025 violent crime stats.
Troof. Troof. Here you go, too.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Did you see the news thing?
Yeah, I saw it, man. I saw it.
What do you think about his thoughts where he says that rappers don't have to be like the aura of rap? You know what's going on, the hardcore thing, and you feel like you have to make that type of music.
Yeah, I like I said earlier, man, I just don't get it. I just don't understand how we took such a wide turn or such a drastic turn into everything that's dropped or everything that we do. It's like you step into this rap game and you gotta be, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be geared up, you gotta be portraying yourself as some type of gangster or thug or whatever case may be. Like I said, back in my day, we had that lane, you know what I'm saying? But there were so many different other lanes that everything kind of balanced out. You had the gangster rap, but you also had the b-boys, you had the conscious rappers, you had the, you know, the fun rappers, you had so many different things. You had the one hit wonders, you had everything. So everybody had a lane to step in. But it seems like now that everybody is about only that, you know, everybody got to be a gangster, and it's like everybody can't be a gang. Everybody ain't a gangster, because the real gangsters out there, they gravitate to it now. So now the whole industry is nothing but people walking around thinking every time we go somewhere, I got to be strapped, I got to have a bodyguard, I got to do this. You just made one record. Now you walking around with 3 bodyguards. I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? But it's the perpetuation of this violence that we keep putting on ourselves, especially young black men. And it's crazy to think, because I got a 21-year-old son, you know, and I don't want him anywhere near anything like that. But how do I keep my kids away from my adult children, you know, in their early 20s, away from that, when that's the only thing that's been pushed out there? That's the only thing that seems quote unquote cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Shouts out to Ricky Rob checking in from Arizona. Shouts out to you. No. That's Siobhan.
That's Siobhan. It's Siobhan from Arizona.
Yeah. So Ricky Bob checking in. Shouts out P. Williams. Shouts out to you from California checking in. Hey, we always got a connection with California. Like whatever podcast I do is always somebody from California definitely checking in. So shouts out to y'all. But anyway, go ahead.
Go ahead, family.
No, I know some older people that you know, they still have interest in the music industry. They know some young talent, and they feel like they don't put these artists out there because they feel like they put them in harm's way. They feel like the only way they can come out is with a beef record. Like you gotta have some type of beef or something with some other crew or something like that. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't mean, like I said, I'm not as into the industry as I have been, but I guess today, if that's the only way for you to get out, because I listen to underground artists now, you know, artists like, you know, artists like Coast Contra. I listen to them. Shout out to Coast Contra. You know, anybody out there listen to them, Coast Contra. Shout out to, you know, JID. Shout out to, you know, artists that are making music. Shout out to Tyler the Creator. Things, you know, artists like that, who don't come out with the, you know, they come out to make music, you know, and it's like the music is supposed to transcend whatever else you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Now it seems like it's the beef and you have to have the music behind it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's crazy. And I mean, we probably around the same age, so we know how that started back in the 90s. You know, Pac, Big, and all them, and all that beef. And you know, everybody beefed on records. You beefed on records. Yeah, sometimes it stepped off, but for the most part, you kept it to wax. Now it's like you have to start off with the beef, and I'm gonna make the music off the beef as opposed to the beef coming from the music. You know what I'm saying? Am I making sense? You know, you know.
Yeah, got you.
But it's just, you know, you want better. You know, you want, like I said, you want everybody to have their lane. You know what I'm saying? You want everybody to be able to express themselves the way they need to express themselves. You know, just because may not like a certain genre or a certain, you know, lane of hip hop, don't mean it's not good. It just might not be for me. So I'm not saying we need to eradicate this or eradicate that, but we got to bring down pipe down the violence that we're pumping out there. We're putting this negative energy out there, and what we think we're gonna get back, man. We can't keep pumping that out there and thinking it's not gonna come back to us. We got to be smarter than that. You know, life is already hard, and all we doing is making it harder. It's crazy.
Yes, sir. I got Troof from the Troof Radio Show. And what's the title of your podcast?
Well, the podcast is the Troof Podcast. Also, Troof is an acronym. The acronym is the real offspring of failure. And the real offspring of failure is success. The real offspring of failure is everything we do, anything we have, everything you got going on right now, everything that you're doing right now, it came from some type of failure. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, everything that's about me, everything that's become successful about me, anything anybody has, I don't care who it is, be the most successful person in the world, you had to come from failure. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the Troof Podcast is about talking to different people who've been through things, who struggled, who fell down, got their asses back up and fought through. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Troof is about. And that's how I kind of take that brand into how I even walk through my life. You know, you fight through everything you go through, and you take them L's. You know, you take them lessons. Because I don't do losses. We do lessons. So you take that we're the real offspring of failure, and the real offspring of failure always gonna be success. You know what I'm saying? So that's Troof. That's the Troof podcast in a nutshell.
Okay. So let's get back to the news report. Let's finish this one out.
As compared to 2024, overall violent crime dropped in 2025 by nearly 1.5%. Aggravated assaults dropped by 12.62%, and homicides down by almost 23%. Dallas Police has not announced any arrest in the case and continues to investigate, asking anyone with information on the shooting to come forward.
If you get stuck on the melody, or if you just...
So, they claiming that the crime is down in Dallas. And Trump sending people, these National Guard people to these cities and all of that. So be aware of all of that, ladies and gentlemen. And
exactly.
I believe that stuff really, because I'm coming across them, you know what I'm saying? I've seen them, so I came across plenty of them. The FBI, the National Guard, the state troopers, the sheriffs, like they crawling around like 40 going north, you know, as we used to say back there in Detroit. But yeah, so let me get that, the source. That source came from WFAA. I get a lot of news reports for them. I consider them a credible source.
Okay.
So that came from WFAA. And what else is on here? More podcasts. And then some of these stories you got to catch them before the podcast is hit them, because you got these internet investigators, and I'm not knocking them, you know, these internet sleuths and all that type of stuff. They do their homework. I'm telling you, they be investigating these stories.
Oh yeah, they gonna go in. They gonna get down to it, boy. They getting into it.
For sure. So, but yeah, a lot of these stories you got to get to them, because then they get swallowed up by the podcast. And I like to look for the credible news sources.
Yeah.
But that's
everybody gonna have their theories. Everybody gonna have their theories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And this supposedly happened next to another famous rapper who's really hot right now. Big X the Plug.
Okay.
He all over the radio and all that stuff. He got a couple of nice records out there, but it supposedly happened right next to this guy. But again, ladies and gentlemen, wait for real reports coming out. We don't create theories over here, so just wait for the information to come out. Be patient and all this stuff. So.
Exactly. You don't want to be speculating and giving out false information, even though that's what seems to be the norm these days, but you don't want to be part of that.
Yes, sir. You're stepping in the building, click all the buttons, as Troof say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Push all them buttons.
Yes, sir. And also, you will be debuting the song "Love for the Money" on his show. Coming up soon.
Yes, sir. I will be debuting that. Actually, I will be debuting that tomorrow on the Troof Radio Show on KABF.org at 3 p.m. Central Time. So I will be debuting "Love for the Money" on my show tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. But the next story, and that's coming out of Dallas, and there's a couple of cases I will be giving commentary on. That's Yellow Beezy, that situation. We are on all the podcasts. Normally with all these podcasts, it's same stories, and then we break off into our own little stories or whatever. So when Yellow Beezy come up, there's gonna be a lot of stories about that. So, but still, man, that stuff is crazy, man. You know, and I am not supporting that at all, man. Any of that violent stuff, I don't support it. So, but moving on to the next story, we got Finesse 2 Times. Finesse 2 Times. I actually like Finesse 2 Times. I actually ran into him before too.
Okay.
He be sort of ranting on the internet and stuff like that. But he sort of be like keeping it real though, you know what I'm saying? I don't particularly I'm like you, I don't actually follow the game like that no more. Like I used to be all into that, knowing what all the rappers was doing, and I was enthusiastic about this stuff in the 90s. I wanted to be the big CEO, like the Bad Boys and Social Death and all that. I went through that phase and all that. So, but the other day, I'll follow. You know, I cover a lot of the stories though. You know what I'm saying? So, but I like listening to him because he's sort of keeping it real. But then a lot of artists just like to tell their stories or their versions of what's going on, and some people may think that's self-snitching. What is your opinion on artists just want to tell their story, but people could consider that, and some of that stuff is self-snitching, you know?
Well, I mean, I look at it as it's an artistry to it. You know, you have to, I mean, if you got a story to tell your story, but it's got to be an artistry to it. You have to put it, you know, you put it in a way, like I said, I used to make music, I used to write. So it's a way you can write things or put a song down with a bunch of, a double entendre here, a metaphor here, a simile there. You know, you can mask anything if you take the time and put the artistry into it. If you take the time to use your talent, not just getting on a track and just saying nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Because that is self-snitching. But if you want to tell a story, at least use a story to try to better something else. You know what I'm saying? Push forward a solution. Say, okay, I went through this. This is what I did. Truth, I went through that. But this is the better way of doing it. Don't make those same mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Let's do something different. And put it in a way that makes it hot. You know what I'm saying? If you want to shake your ass to it, shake your ass to it. But still use the artistry. That's what we're losing. We're losing artistry in what we're doing now. It's just like you just got people just talking over tracks. And this is still music. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is still music. It's still an art form. Let's respect it. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a story to tell, tell your story. NWA back in the day told their stories. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying get on here and make up things. If you got something to tell, if you got an interesting, analogy, or you got an interesting, story to get out there to try to teach people, hey, I did it this way, and this is where I'm coming from. But hey, let's try to do something a little different. You know what I'm saying? That's my only problem with it. I ain't got no problem with you saying what you're gonna say, but don't just make it so obvious that you're just saying nonsense for a track and think nobody's gonna come and see you about it, because that's the way this world is on this internet. This internet is just making it prevalent for us to go and just, hey, I can, like you said, you can touch people now. We weren't able to touch those guys back then. Now you can touch, the world has become smaller. We can touch these people now. So you got to be a little smart about how you put out your information. That's all I can say.
And one of his rants, I actually left a message on that. I was like, that sounds real to me. Because he went through this phase, they rapping, he's making money, they doing shows and all this stuff. So they spending money, they always got money around, And he felt like he's making everybody too comfortable, you know what I'm saying? So he started pulling back on some of this extra stuff going on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As soon as he did that, them folks ran straight to the internet and just dumped all this information out. And I was like, see, there you go right there. Yep. But then again, you're doing stuff in front of them, you know what I'm saying? So they like recording all this stuff you're doing.
Exactly.
The moment you try to act like you broke, they flip straight on him.
Exactly.
I'm like, that is real. So what's your thoughts on that? That's real spit or shit. That's
real. I feel you. Yeah, but you know what? The thing is, these guys are getting into in this realm, and they're, making all this money, and they don't know how to process all this fame and all this attention and all this money that's coming their way, because they're so young. So you would want to have people around you that's able to help you navigate through all this terrain of, craziness. And because we don't know, I remember when I was, in my early 20s and late teens or whatever. Yeah, thing is, it depends on your circle. I had a decent circle. So me, in my case, I probably wouldn't have fell into the traps that a lot of these guys fall into. But you have to be cognizant of saying, man, hey, let me be smart about how I even share my space with certain people. You know what I'm saying? I can let, you know, I gotta have a small circle. My circle should be smaller as a Cheerio. You know what I'm saying? I can't let everybody into my space, you know, because like you said, once you try to figure it out and say, okay, let me do something different, then everybody turn on you, because now you ain't taking care of them. Now you just ain't, you know, paying for everything, and now you just ain't giving them carte blanche to your life. You can't do that, man. That's what these young cats out here gotta understand. You can't give everybody access to you like that. I don't care if you're famous or not. That's just in real life, period.
Exactly.
Everybody don't deserve access to you.
Right.
You know? So that's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? So I think hopefully, if one thing you could take from the internet is all this this information or the wisdom we trying to putting out right now, the conversation we have right now, it's out there. It's out there to be had. So if people would just listen to certain people, or just not even certain people, just take the gems that's what's given out. You know, you can, you know, I ain't saying nobody got to be like anybody else, but understand that you have to try to do things better, because we only here for a short amount of time. Like I always say on my radio show, we here for a short time. You know, we here for a good time, not a long time. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta make decisions. Even when you in your early 20s, you just ain't gonna think, oh, I'm gonna be here forever. No, because you put the wrong people around you. Just like, you know, the guy we just talked about earlier. Now he's fighting for his life on, you know, for over something. And I'm pretty sure, regardless of whatever happened, it was something probably stupid and avoidable. We gotta figure out a way to do better, man.
Yeah, exactly, man. And I felt them all the way with that, man. You know, it was like some of the stuff I was posting on social media. You know, I posted some success, you know, and some people, you know, they was happy or whatever, but I stopped doing that because I had people just telling me stop posting so much or whatever. And when I stopped doing that, I promise you, those people look at me like an ordinary Joe. And I'm sort of glad of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm really glad of that. Before I was like, no, I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me I'm not that guy, you know.
You can't tell me I ain't that dude.
You doing it, you know what I'm saying? I'm super glad. I know you're not liking what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
Even when I started putting this documentary together, it took 8 months to put it together, but I told nobody I was putting it together. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Super dope, by the way, man. Dope documentary, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the review. Thank you, sir. That's the thing we looking for, those reviews. And it was important for me to get that to you so you can sort of tie the soundtrack along with it. So, you know. Yeah, okay.
Music dope. Documentary dope, you know, everything. But I just want to say, I know we just meeting and we getting to know each other, man, but proud of you for out there trying to do something, productive and positive, man, putting out something that a lot of these, because I everything I do as far as with my podcast, even my radio show, you just try to put a positive message out there. We ain't got to be on no holier than thou anything, or we ain't got to be preaching from the rooftops about nothing. It's just about, man, just putting out something decent for people to take in. You want the people to, especially our people, you want us to ingest and digest something positive for once. You get tired of the negativity all the damn time.
All the time. You feel a little generous, hit me something on my Cash App. You can hit me on the Super Chat. That goes a long way. Hold on for a second, fam. Refresh this page. Hold on for 1 second, family.
Okay,
it happens.
It happens. Hey, go ahead, do your thing, man. I don't know if I should be talking while the host ain't here.
Back in the building. I'm back in the building.
Okay, there you go. I just want to say shout out to Tishla from Shy. Shout out to my man Pad from California. Shout out to Ricky Rob. Shout out to my man Vaughn from Arizona, and shout out to Big Chardonnay up there in Stone Mountain. These are my people. That's by the way, so a lot of these are my people.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I sort of heard you on when I was talking about California. I figured that was some of your people, but thank y'all for checking in right here. And I'm really enjoying this conversation with Troof, and it's much needed. You know what I'm saying? It's much needed. So
I appreciate that, bro.
Yes, sir. Sometimes these little things be going through little technical stuff. So hold on, family.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. Sometimes it's live. You know, you have it going on, man. But I got my man back. We don't need I got your back, man. You ain't gonna have no dead air. I got you.
You understand that, That's good.
Yeah,
man. That's
I
good.
know how it work. You know how it work. I got your back, man. I know how it be.
That's
Hey,
what I'm
man.
talking about. On point here. That's what I'm talking
On
about,
point.
man.
I got you. I got you, boy.
Okay, let's share our screen. Let's go to some Finesse 2 times ranting. This is my screen, family. I want to thank y'all for joining me too, but I'm really enjoying this show right here, man. But I enjoy doing this in general though. So okay. Let's get to him.
I need 5 minutes of his time. I want to see if he can fight.
Hold
I
on.
want to see if he federal. I want to see if he got
right here.
I want to see if he can bag that shit. I want to see who's gonna be trying to get up out that motherfucker first.
Man, he's talking about money bag, yo, y'all.
I'm finna make you niggas earn y'all motherfucking money tonight. You niggas finna earn y'all motherfucking pay tonight. Let me see you. One-on-one.
Now, hey, Troof. Some people.
Okay. Okay.
Some people say he's stoned out of his mind. What do you think? What's his?
Hey, man. Hey, that look like some influence going on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's a mix. That's a mix of anger and some substance. There's a substance that got something to do with that. I ain't nobody. I ain't put nobody in the bag, but I'm just saying that's some type of substance. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is, man.
In that home like that. Oh, you finna earn your pay, boy. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
By the way, he talking about the rapper Moneybagg Yo. And he
Okay.
claims that Moneybagg Yo put a hit out on him. That's what he's claiming.
Okay.
So let me move some stuff around here. Give me 1 second, family.
Okay. Do you think?
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I got it all cluttered up there. But anyway, let's get back to it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let all you security niggas know right now. I'm letting all you security guard niggas ass know right now. If you securing a fuck nigga, when I catch him, you're gonna be demonstrated on when I catch him. Cause I've been holding that shit back from you niggas too long. Boogie, Brazen, all you niggas. And some of you niggas, you don't get a second chance. You spoke on my mama, you spoke on my kids, you got to see me. You don't get away from me. You can't cop deuces.
Nah, rap battles, they go for the juggler with this rap battle stuff, but sometimes this stuff can leak out into the streets. What's your thoughts on that, Troof?
I mean, I'm looking at my man, and I feel you. As a man, anybody speak, like you said, you spoke on his mama, spoke on his kids. I feel you, bro. But at the end of the day, maybe like I said, maybe it's just me being an old head now. It's like, okay, so once you do whatever it is that you plan on doing, or once you make this video, and once you put all this out there, and once you tell everybody what you gonna do and what you ain't gonna take and what you ain't gonna stand for, then what? Because for your mama and your kids, if you're gonna put something out there, you don't think somebody gonna have something back, because everybody out there got mama and kids too. You got some on your hip, somebody else got some on their hip too. You got boys, they got boys too. So at the end of the day, while you supposedly, quote unquote, protecting the name of your mama and your kids, what are you going to be protecting when this shit goes left? Excuse my language, but what happens when it goes left and you ain't there no more? You know what I'm saying? So is it, when you sit down and think about it, is it worth it? I tell my kids all the time, before you do anything, man, before you do anything, think. That's it. It ain't complicated. Think about what you're doing right here, right now. What my man got going on right now, you're not able to think because there's something else. there's some extra shit going on right now. But but I'm just putting that out there for the people who out there listening, for the young people who out there listening. Just think before you make these decisions. Yes, it's about you want to stick your chest out. Yeah, you want to make sure you ain't gonna be no punk. You ain't finna be this. You ain't finna be that. I get it. I got it. We men. I feel you. But at the end of the day, what is it gonna solve? What does it mean if it goes left? When it goes left and somebody else get caught or you get caught, what's your mama gonna say? Or she gonna be
Right.
proud of you? She gonna be standing over that casket talking about, I'm so proud that you got on that internet and defended my honor with them
Right.
guns. Like, come on, man, cut it out. We gotta do better.
Exactly. I have an interesting question to ask you.
Okay.
Because another thing that's rapping and is going crazy in the hip hop world, and I really don't like that hip hop is being used for that, and that's the smoking on the dead stuff, and they will actually come kill you for that. I'm talking about brazen attacks because you smoking on the dead. Now, me personally, if I had a homeboy or something to me and they come to me and say, hey, somebody's smoking on the dead, let's go kill them, I'm taking my partner to the mental health hospital. Like, I want you handcuffed at the door now when the doctor get there. I'm not finna grab no Draco or go kill somebody for smoking on the dead. I'm gonna look at that other person even doing that. I'm looking at them like, you are a pure maniac. You know what I'm saying? And you and my homeboy need to be hanging together because both of y'all maniacs. But what's your thoughts on the smoking on the dead stuff?
Okay, all right. Like I said again, I don't want to keep, I want to keep repeating myself. I'm hey man, I'm old, bro. Hey yo, I don't know what y'all talking about, man. What does that mean? Okay, exactly. Okay, I can, by the context, I can kind of get what you mean, but what does that actually mean? So I can give my, actual, if I can give my assessment of what does smoking on dead actually mean.
That means when somebody get killed on the op side, they smoke a blunt. It's sort of like what the Thug Life did with Tupac. When Tupac, they smoked his ashes. That's what they doing. When somebody get killed on the opposite side, they like celebrate it by smoking a blunt. So they call it smoking on blunt. So you disrespecting the other side. You celebrating it. You laughing at they folks got killed. The community we come from, they overly emotional, you know what I'm saying? They're not rational thinkers, so.
Exactly. Okay, but okay, so how do they actually know they being smoked on? Because it's the internet?
They get on social media. They go right to social media. As soon as they die, 10 minutes later, they on the internet celebrating, smoking blunts, and they actually saying the names. They pop up at grave sites, all that type stuff.
All kind of craziness. I mean,
it's wild. Yeah.
That is absolutely, that's absolute insanity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so. I mean, it's just nonsensical bull, man. It's just like you getting mad at somebody. I mean, and I can put it like this: I can understand if my brother get killed, right?
Yeah.
Something happens to my brother, and I go on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever the case, and whoever supposedly had did something or knew something about it is on there sitting back there smoking and talking about good for that type of. I can understand the feeling in that.
But for sure. It's disrespectful for sure.
Yeah, it's disrespectful as hell. But to say I'm finna go everybody out because of that, come on, bro. Come on, man. Like I said earlier, we got to do better, player. We gotta do better. I don't understand why we don't want better. That's the part that gets me. That's the part that baffles me. Like, how do we not want better? You know what I'm saying? The fact that me and you having this conversation lets me know that at least there's somebody out there who kind of on the same wavelength as me who's saying, hey, we need to have this conversation because we need to do better.
Exactly. I'm taking my homeboy to the mental health hospital, dog. Because you a pure maniac. You need to go hang out with that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy work, man. That's crazy work, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Then when I be looking at a lot of these cases, I follow the court cases and all of that stuff. And usually the first person get caught, he usually tells on everybody. And the amount of homework they do to study the ops, they do I can't even say the word reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance, yeah.
Yeah, they doing reconnaissance stuff. They find out every nook and cranny about the ops. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people, they actually don't even know. Just because they smoke, they will hunt you down, literally. Yeah. I always say on this show, these people, they're not going to work and all that stuff. So they got all day to sit there and hunt you down. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's like they being detectives, but y'all doing it for like why don't you just be a detective? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man.
A lot of this stuff, they can turn this stuff into careers, you know, like real legitimate careers. Your thoughts on that?
But yeah, I mean, just like my man Ricky Rob just said, man, if you know better, you do better. You know what I'm saying? If you know better, you do better. And that's the problem. And when we say that, it sounds cool to say, but really think about what that means. If you know better, you do better. And a lot of times we just don't know. We're not given the opportunity to know what can be better. You know what I'm saying? We're not privy to that information. So we out here doing just crazy things, not knowing we can do better. Like you just said, hey man, go out there and be the detective. But they don't even know they can do that. They don't even know they have the opportunity to do that. Like a lot of drug dealers out there, if you take a lot of drug dealers out here right now, successful, I guess, quote unquote, successful drug dealers or whatever we want to call it, if you take them and put them in a different environment, they're probably CEOs.
Right.
Running Fortune 500 companies. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
They have that mentality.
Yeah.
But you put them in the wrong, but you put them in a certain situation, you put them in certain experiences, you put them in certain environments, all they know is to how to be grimy and get out. So you can fault people for making bad decisions that they know that's bad, but can you fault somebody for actually taking what they have given and say, hey, this is what you gave me, this is what I'm going to make out of it. So it's like, yeah, they should. Yeah, you all the talent you got going out there. Going out there and studying and doing the investigation. Yeah, go get your ass a badge.
Yeah, go get a
go.
badge.
Exactly. Going to the FBI or something. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying being them people, but you know what I'm saying. Do something productive where even you can give back to your community. You know what I'm saying? Start your own shit. You know, but. We just like my man said, we just don't have the information. If you know better, you do better, and we just don't know no better most of the time.
Yeah, they get right on the stand, and the quote unquote snitch, he explains the whole thing. They find these websites, and they'll pop up on. They'll be sitting right outside your house, dog. Don't even know it. There was one situation. A guy was actually going to get a job. He talked all that stuff on the internet. Like, these guys don't be innocent. They be talking their little stuff on the internet. But this guy was out going to get a job, and they assigned him to the job. As soon as he stepped outside to go to the job, they was sitting out there waiting on him. Like, they explains how they find these people. That is interesting. But let's jump back to Finesse 2-Time and his ranting.
You might well die.
I can't get enough of this guy, boy.
You might well die. You might well die. If you don't think you want to see me, if you don't think you gotta see me when I see you, you might well die. Cause you gotta see me. You gotta see me. You spoke on my mama. You spoke on my kids. You spoke on my family. You gotta see me. I run this one over here. This is my folk. Whatever I got to say about my folk, I can say it. Bitch, you can't. So when I catch you, you gotta stand on it, my nigga. You gotta be ready to die or go to jail about that, my nigga.
Damn.
Cause I ain't never, and guess what? Even when you niggas spoke on my kids and my mama, I still ain't spoke on y'all kids and y'all mamas.
Well, let everybody know this been trending online too, but he got his following.
Cause I don't believe in that type of shit, and I'm not gonna do it. Y'all take this internet shit too far. And you gotta understand these niggas that'll die about that. I get shot right here about it. You kill me right here about it. But you don't know that. Cause you ain't never been around me. You judging me off what the internet and what the next nigga saying. Nah, I beat the shit out you, boy. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Okay. When I bump into you, listen, I'm so fucking fucked up in the head. I'm so dead in my.
We see that.
Yeah, we see.
This is what I'm gonna tell you. If I see bad, right?
Hey, you gotta respect it. At least let you know that. So
yeah.
If I was to see Money Bag backstage, you know he big. You don't try to walk fast here and scary here. If I were to see him, I would literally approach his security and say, hey, I want a one-on-one with him. Now, when you doing all that shit, nigga, you know who I am? I want a one-on-one with him. And when he don't let me get a one-on-one, I'm gonna tell my security, okay, tell these niggas that it's finna be an all-out bang out here backstage if they don't let me go in the locker room with this nigga.
Now, I want to let everybody know that one of the things the podcasters was saying, he doing this for clout chasing and all of that, because in a minute here, he's going to start complaining about his record deal and all of that. So he know he has a following, and this is how he's making his money right now. So I just wanted to let the audience know that. But let's continue.
I want to go in the locker room with him. I want to lock in with him. I need some of his time.
Now, letting y'all promoters, he letting y'all know he finna wreck the place when he coming in.
He gonna tear it up. He tearing it up.
He letting y'all know. So start getting y'all lawsuits together, baby. If I was y'all, I would not book this show, especially with both of them on the same bill.
Exactly.
But your thoughts on artists running into each other at the same shows and stuff?
Man, look, man, I'm looking at my man, like you said. My man admitted. He said, "Hey, I'm messed up in the head right now." And you off one. You on one right now.
Yeah,
you on one right now. You know what I'm saying? But but my man said, hey, my man told you. He said, "Hey, when you see me, you're gonna have to see me. You ain't gonna not see me when you see me." You know what I'm saying? I got confused for a second. I didn't know what the hell was going on just a minute ago. I had to catch myself. But my man was real about what he meant. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy work, man. You out here talking about y'all got this internet stuff messed up and blah blah blah. But you on the internet doing it, bro. What are we talking about? You're on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I did agree, and I agree with one thing he said. One thing that he said is like, "Hey, I want me and you one-on-one. If I got beef with you one-on-one, man on man, we gonna step in the back and we gonna catch that fade. And then that's man shit. You do what you do. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be nothing after that. If you lose, if you win, we handled that. We got that aggression out. It's done. But they don't know how to. They don't know. See, the thing is, they so scared of taking whoopings these days.
Yeah.
That all they do is grab something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, man. Everybody took it. Everybody took an L.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
But you know, but you try to give out more than you can, because you know if you keep taking too many, you're gonna like, hey, look, you're gonna become a pacifist. You're like, hey, look, no more fighting for me, because I'm not good at this. You know what I'm saying? But you go out there, you be a man about it. You step into that world. But y'all out here, man, y'all got too much money and too many people. And another thing too, like he was saying about the security and this and that. I couldn't imagine being security for one of these guys, and I'm finna put my life on the line for you and your stupidness, you and your craziness. Nah, man, never. Not for me and my kids. Not for me and my family. I'm finna put my life on the line because you ignorant. Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
And high on top of that.
I need 5 minutes this time. I want to see
5 minutes.
I want to see the federal. I want to see the gospel. I want to see if he can bag that shit. I want to see who gonna be trying to get up out that motherfucker first. Let me see him, or I'm finna make you niggas earn y'all motherfucking money tonight. You niggas finna earn y'all motherfucking pay tonight. Let me see him, one-on-one, in that locker room right there. Oh, you finna earn your pay, boy. That's what I'm gonna tell you. So I'm gonna let all you security niggas know right now. I'm letting all you security guard niggas ass know right now. If you securing a fuck nigga, when I catch him, you're gonna be demonstrated on when I catch you. Cause I've been holding that shit back from you niggas too long.
He mad.
He mad. I'm finna lose mine because I'm working.
Yeah.
All you niggas. And some of you niggas, you don't get a second chance. You spoke on my mama, you spoke on my kids, you got to see me. You don't get away from me. You can't cop deuces. You might well die. Nah, you might well die. You might well die. If you don't think you want to see me, if you don't think you got to see me when I see you, you might well die.
I don't want to see you, dude.
Yes,
I don't want to
you
see
spoke on my mama.
I'm not trying to run into you.
You spoke on my family, you got to see me.
Because I done figured out I got to see him when I see
him. It's my fault. Whatever I got to say about my fault, I can say it. Bitch, you can't. So when I catch you, you got to stand on it, my nigga. You got to be ready to die or go to jail about that, my nigga.
And both of them from Memphis, too.
Because I ain't never, and guess what? Even when you niggas spoke on my kids and my mama, I still ain't spoke on y'all kids and y'all mamas. Because I don't believe in that type of shit, and I'm not gonna do it. Y'all take this internet shit too far.
You doing it?
You gotta understand these niggas that are die back
Hold up. Speak on the truth. Speak on it, sir.
I mean, I'm confused by what's going on, man. I'm baffled. Like, it feel like I'm in the opposite. You know, you do opposite day. Like, what is going on, bro? You talking to you telling them what they got to do, but you're doing exactly what you bitching about. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Gee, I don't understand, man. I don't get it. And you know, and one thing, and not to get too deep or too philosophical or political or anything like that, but we got too much going on, fam.
Right.
There's too much going on out here in this world to be dealing with this nonsense. Y'all brothers, y'all got influence. You got people following you. You got a little money in your pocket. You got a little name. You got a voice. You could be using that, coming together and using that, doing something. I ain't talking about no. Yeah, you're building something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking to kumbaya, whatever. I'm talking about actually putting something together and say, hey, we gonna strengthen us, because they trying to come get everybody. Not just even, just not even, not, they trying to come get everybody. And y'all out here distracting folks with this nonsense, and ain't nobody getting ready for what's around the corner. The real shit is coming. The real shit coming. But they out here talking this nonsense, talking about what somebody said about your mama and your kids, bro. In turn, you know what I tell people when they talking about, hey man, I don't want to deal with the internet and the internet bullies and blah blah blah. You know what they call on your phone? They got this thing called an off button. They got this thing called an uninstall button. Turn it off.
Yeah, exactly.
Turn it off. If you don't want to see it, turn it off. You ain't gotta put yourself in the middle of that. You ain't gotta put that in your atmosphere, man. We put this shit in our atmosphere. We make shit more than what it has to be. Negativity gonna come at you. It's out there. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to you if you want to take it up off you. If you want to deal with it or not. You ain't supposed to deal with. You don't have. Like I said earlier. You don't have to give nobody no right to your space or your time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this shit is crazy, man.
Yeah, but I still think it's another case of you having people around your business. Exactly. How this guy knows so much about your family, he had to be around you to notice all this stuff. And, people just write down what you do, man. I promise you, they recording you. They recording every little negative thing that you so comfortably doing in front of people, Exactly. But that's my opinion. Let's listen to a little bit more of him, then we'll ride out.
All right.
I get shot right here about it. You kill me right here about it. But you don't know that, because you ain't never been around me. You judging me off with the internet and what the next nigga saying. Nah, I beat the shit out you, boy.
So why you get mad at what people saying on the internet? If you claim he's not being around you, he don't know you and all that, but you come off like he knows all your business.
Listen,
I don't get that.
When I bump into you, I'm so
just ready to say something
fucked up in the head.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. You mad about what's happening on the internet? On the internet. I mean,
okay, that's a good analogy right there.
What's going on? It's crazy.
Let's shout out some of the people that's checking in. We got go ahead, Troof.
I ain't wanna mess their name up. Salmon Boye.
Yeah.
There was Salmon Boye. I want to mess your name up. And he right. Fighting can easily lead to murder, but I'd rather much have a man-on-man, one-on-one fight than a shootout. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If you can't solve your disagreements, because I'd rather you not have any kind of violence or anything, because it's all stupid. But if you can't solve your problem and y'all really got a beef or a problem with each other, be it like men, or not even say let's like men, because I'm not acting like we're men. We own ignorance. You know what I'm saying? But you got to handle it one-on-one. Hey, let's handle it one-on-one, and then we done with it after that. But that's the problem. They can't leave it there. Just take your ass whooping and go home.
Okay,
that's what it should be.
Shouts out to the Tish Dow. That guy is cray. he owns something for real. So let's go to a little bit more of him. So
I'm so jailhouse in my motherfucking head.
He spent time in prison too. So
I'm gonna tell you, if I see Bad, right? If I was to see Money Bad, backstage, he big. You don't try to walk fast here and scary here. If I were to see him, I would literally approach his security and say, "Hey, I want a one-on-one with him."
Okay, we just heard you say that. Stop sharing that. I got my man Troof from the Troof Radio Show. Check him out on Troof Podcast. Let the audience know where they can catch you at.
Well, you can catch Troof Podcast on Spotify, on YouTube. I'm ramping back up for the new year. Get the Troof Podcast going, man. I'm trying to put that information out there, trying to get that conversation going. And that's what Troof Podcast is about, man. Positive conversation. Just getting out there, just having a genuine talk with our people. You know what I'm saying? Not just our people. You know what I'm saying? I ain't excluding anybody. For everybody, come out and hang out with your boy on Spotify, Troof Podcast. Or you can come every Tuesday, KABF.org. If you're not in Little Rock, if you're in Little Rock, 88.3 FM. But anybody who's not in Little Rock, hey, KBF. KBF.org at 3 p.m. Central, man. You rock out with your boy. I guarantee you hit my radio show. you come holler at your boy. It's about real music. This ain't a radio show where you get, 2 minutes of music and then you get 15 minutes of commentary and jokes. No, you get music. It makes you feel good. And once you leave this show, you're gonna be like, oh man, but like this, you don't hear radio like Troof Radio no more anywhere. I guarantee that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to thank you for joining me. And if you want to join the membership, you can join the GP Buddy membership where you get access to material first. Whenever I drop something, it goes to the members first. Shouts out to my members. Thank y'all for joining. I can't thank Troof enough for joining me on these topics, these trending topics, and the great commentary that went along with that. So let me get right here. Before we wrap this up, I want to say this. Tonight's conversation is exactly why GPTV1 Uncut exists. We talk about two different stories, and we handle them the right way, without mixing narratives, without chasing rumors, and without turning real situations into entertainment. In a time where headlines move faster than facts, it's important to slow things down, actually think about what we're consuming and repeating. If anything, let this be a reminder that words carry weight, stories have real world impact, and the culture deserves better than misinformation. We can talk hip hop, we can debate, we can disagree, but we don't have to tear people down or push narratives that aren't confirmed. I appreciate everyone who pulled up tonight, contributed respectfully in the chat, and kept the conversation solid. That's what the GP fam is about. If you got value from this stream, don't just dip, hit that like button before you go. Subscribe to GPTV1 if you're not already locked in. We're pushing towards 9,000 subscribers. And every sub helps this platform grow. Share this stream with someone who cares about hip hop, but also cares about truth. We're going into a new year. Focus on context, culture, and consistency. More live streams, more real conversations, and no clickbait energy. Happy New Year to the GP family. Stay safe, stay sharp, and we'll catch you on the next one. GPTV1 Uncut, we're out.
Peace.
Came up out the concrete, dust on my sneakers. Dark nights, cold streets, talking to the dreamers. Whispers in the alley say the world don't need us. But I saw a throne in the smoke like Jesus. Heart of a soldier, hands of a builder. Mind like a king, but the pain got realer. Cameras show the wars that the world won't witness. Shatter empire, I was born in the trenches. Love for the money, but the money don't love you. Crawled out the fire, but the flames still touch you. From the mud, from the bottom, yeah, I came from the struggle. Now I'm standing on the mountain, watching how the world hustle. Love for the money, but the money don't love you. Love for the money, but the money don't love you. Bloodlines built empires, legends and ghosts. Families torn apart for who wanted it most. We was chasing silver, chasing gold, chasing hope. Trying to pay for a future on a promise note. Seen kings fall quick when the hunger got louder. Seen angels turn stone when the city got prouder. Shadow empire, I survived that thunder. Bag in my hand, but I'm thinking about wonder. Love for the money, but the money don't love you. Crawled out the fire, but the flames still touch you. From the mud, from the bottom, yeah, I came from the struggle. Now I'm standing on the mountain, watching how the world hustle. Love for the money, but the money don't love you. For the money, but the money don't love you. Love for the money, but the money don't love you. For the money, but the money don't love you. We ain't never had nothing, so we learn how to take. Turn hunger to diamonds, turn pressure to faith. If the gold ever fades, remember the pain, remember the rain, remember the name.